You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Shout out to King Kunta.
Oh, King Kunta. Oh, big baller. Appreciate that. We appreciate all the love and, respect and all of that. Absolutely.
So, this is a topic that I got into like a lot of debates on Twitter about the other day. Right? Okay. So, this woman right here behind me, her name is Timothy Ann Burnside. Her name is Timothy.
Timothy, okay.
Ann Burnside, right?
Ann Burnside.
She is the curator of, hip-hop artifacts at the Smithsonian down in D.C., the African American Museum.
The big shit.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
So, somebody went on Twitter and said, yo, there's a white woman curating hip-hop. What's good? And then it was weird because other black people will go on the bat for this woman, like, yo, because this, first I'm gonna read off some of her.
Yeah, give me some of the backstory.
She's been collecting hip hop, and other cultural objects for the Smithsonian since 2006.
Okay.
That particular museum.
First of all, how old is she?
I'm not even sure. She doesn't look that old.
Okay, all right.
But
2006, that's at least 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And she was one of the reasons why they have hip hop in that African American museum in the first place.
So she fought for that.
She fought. I'm pretty sure she fought for that.
Okay, so
right.
So you mean to tell me the most powerful culture in the world, which is hip hop, would not have made it into this museum if it wasn't for Larry? What's his name?
Timothy.
Oh, Timothy.
Burnside.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not. Yeah.
I mean, is that what they're saying? Is that the narrative?
Yeah, that's the narrative that they're trying to
push. Okay.
So the issue I had with it,
okay,
is that she can be qualified, right? In formal education or museums and things like that.
Sure.
However, to be a curator at a museum, those are positions that people keep for like life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. You don't just leave those positions.
You get parked in that.
Yeah, you get this. However, it's so hard for black people to break into that industry.
Because you were trying to break into that.
I got my degree in history and I wanted to be a curator.
Right.
It is so hard to get into those fields. Mm-hmm. And when we talk about like,
I told you to get into technology, didn't I?
Whatever. Okay. Yeah. So when we talk about history and things like that, we talk about gatekeepers and media and things like that, right? She is a literal gatekeeper by her being a curator because she can control what you see. But my issue was also too that it was nobody else
qualified.
You know what I'm saying? Even if I would have been okay, even if they gave her to be an advisor to somebody, like that
could have been on the council.
That could have been on the council. There's somebody that wasn't formally educated.
Shout out to T-shirt Help Desk, Kelly Colton, Timothy Snipes.
Oh, shout out to y'all. Yeah. So even if, like, say they got Herc, who's still alive, or they got Flash, who is still alive, or Kara's one who teaches in the actual classroom, Knife one who teaches in the actual classroom. You know what I'm saying? These people, what if she could have just advised them because they don't know, museum, the museum
etiquette, how this runs.
She could have just advised them on that, but
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think they would let Black Dot curate the Holocaust Museum?
No, not at all.
They wouldn't, right?
Not at all.
Them Jews would be up in fucking arms.
Yeah.
Would they not?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
No, go ahead. Like, I got money.
Yeah. So, first of all, they would never let me because they have to safeguard and feel that the people in these positions understand fully and can culturally synthesize what the fuck is in the museum. Mm-hmm. Imagine Black Dot saying, they burned some Jews over here. Let's move on to this side. We here at Black Dot and Dotson, curating, you know what I'm saying, tours. And then Hitler, he did some shit. Hey, I'm going to be honest, I don't disagree with everything. I'm just saying, come on, Jews. They told you. Imagine that shit. All right? Imagine me, a Jewish people coming in there with their children and seeing me, a goyim, in their eyes, a fucking goyim, telling them about their culture. If I was the curator, there would be a nickel in a case, because that's what we put on two turntables. You know what I'm saying? To keep the wind and the weight of the turntables, moving. If I was the curator, there would be a piece of tape also in the frame, because we covered the records up and the labels. You had to go do your own fucking research on this, on what this shit was really all about. If I was the curator, there would be a light pole, because that's where we stole the electricity from. Okay, if I was the curator, there would be a lunchroom table, because that was the first beatbox. Niggas in the lunchroom, right? So a lunchroom table would be in there.
Yeah, I went to that museum and it was real basic.
Okay, I'm not finished.
Yeah.
I'm not finished. If I was the curator, there'd be a pissy hallway, because the acoustics in the pissy hallway when we was rhyming made the sound reverberate, and that's where we also tagged our names up. If I was the curator, there'd be a disco ball hanging, because remember the first disco breaks, those were the first break beats we used, the super disco breaks, right? And then we disconnected from that shit because it was corny. You know what I mean? And they wouldn't let us in the club because we didn't dress like disco niggas, and we had to take it to the streets. If I was the curator, there'd be a milk crate. Milk crate, well, that's where we put the fucking records in, so we can carry them out to the park. If I was the curator, there would be a picture of the 77 blackout. Because that's when niggas got their come up and broke into all them stores, and now DJs was everywhere. If I was the curator, the Ultimate Breaks and Beats series by my DJ, Lou Breakbeat Flores, would all be there along with the sampler, because that coincides when brothers was able to sample and chop up those drum machines, them drum samples. Hip-hop began to spread like wildfire. If I was the curator, a block of cheese would be in the fucking museum. A block of cheese, well, that represents our economic status. We all got on that fucking line to get that goddamn cheese. If I was the curator, there would be a whole bunch of white rock bands in there as well. Whoa. Yeah, when we said breakbeats, we wasn't only talking about James Brown breakbeats. We was talking about Steely Dan, Anthrax, so many of these white groups. When we took that little, the best part of the record, not the whack part.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That helped create this culture. If I want to spit a rhyme or two.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm in the mood for this.
Oh, God.
All right. We'll take it here. I'm on like a hot pot on the popcorn. I'm Kango hats, espadrilles with no socks on. I'm British walkers and talk shit with the shittest talkers on city corners with the hawk grip on the illest stalkers. I'm pigeon coops on tenant roofs, living proof. I'm government cheese, I'm food stamps when I was in my youth. I'm pause tapes when I couldn't afford turntables. I'm super disco breaks when I learned to crossfade too. I'm harmonizing, stealing routines from the Cold Crush. I'm AJs, I'm overlaps, I'm Playboys that's so plush. I'm graffiti writers with them black books and fat markers. I'm Lee's, BBD's, jeans, and now them fat Parkers. I'm $3 OJs. I'm hip hop. All right, I fucked up at the end there, right? No. I'm leather medallions, I'm gold ropes. I'm sheepskin coats, I'm gazelle glasses, I'm so dope. I'm beating on walls and pissy staircases, defeating them all. They fall in even rare cases. I'm smoking a Lucy on the back of the train, looking out for 5-0 while I'm tagging my name, right? I'm digging in crates and downstairs records, cop 2, cover the label so nobody can check it. I'm 360 waves and stocking caps. I'm super pro cats, I'm graffiti jackets, I'm rocking that. I'm divine intelligent, great God Allah, rolling hard with the young gods as we safeguard the block. I'm the electric boogie, I'm popping and locking. Spinning hard on my head when Apache was rocking. Right? I'm Zulu Nation Chapter 2 Division 6 COD. Headed by Trouble in the Clique. I'm hip hop. You know I hate shit hop. No, I'm never flossing with no ice in my wristwatch. I'm never in the club letting bottles of crisp pop. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or sweating billboard trying to get to the tip top. I'm hip hop. Now you can hit that shit. If I was the curator. All right, so we can't let somebody who colonized us,
it's disgusting, take
a culture we created after being colonized so that we can free ourselves, and now they're overlooking the magical formula that we use to uplift humanity.
She's the literal gatekeeper.
She's the fucking gatekeeper of a colonized culture that didn't exist prior to this. Remember, hip-hop is the crystallized point of it all. It is jazz, it is funk, it is rock, it is pop, it is Jamaican music, it is so many other aspects transformed into a music that was supposed to uplift us. When J. Edgar Hoover, whatever his J. Edgar Hoover name, when he said he was trying to stop the rise of a black messiah, I do not think he was talking about a person. I think that's where we get confused. He was talking about an energy, or perhaps he was talking about a person, but we understood that a person could be taken down the way they taken down Bill Cosby, but an energy moves differently. Hip hop was that energy that gave us every aspect of what we need, economically, spiritually, historically. It gave us everything we needed until it was colonized. As we was colonized, and now it ain't worth shit, or should I say hip-hop is, but rap culture, which has overtaken hip-hop, has put us in a situation now where the very people, the Jews, who financed the fucking slave trade, and I'm not suggesting we were all slaves, I'm too intelligent for that. So for my Moorish and indigenous people out there, you already know what it is. But these people colonized us. We created magical formulas using earth, air, fire, water, the word, the hip hop, the written word, graffiti, and all of this shit to get us out of this. And now you're colonizing the very work that we did. So now there's no more magic in this shit we do. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Just saying, if I was the curator.
So, like, what do you say to the people? Because I understand, like, I actually do appreciate that she has an appreciation for hip-hop.
And I have appreciation for some Jewish culture, too.
No, but that's what that's as far as it goes with me, though.
I like them little locks the niggas wear. I think that shit is cool. Have a little.
But that's as far as it goes with me.
I like them big ass top hats they wear and shit. Them shits is cool. If you wear some shades with them shits is cool.
That's as far as it goes.
I like the fact that they got their own ambulance service and they can come pick up Jews and will run you over to pick up their people. Yeah. Bam! Move out the way, you go in. We here to pick this nigga up. I like that shit. Yeah, I like all that shit.
I'm just saying.
But I wouldn't be curating.
But I wouldn't be curating their stuff, right? And I would feel
that's
like,
all I'm saying.
And as in, because black people on Twitter, they use this word a lot. As an ally, right? I would feel like, say if I was an ally to the Jewish community, I would feel out of place trying to curate a Holocaust exhibit at a museum.
Because I'm not in tune with that from a spiritual perspective. My ancestors are not standing behind me, you know what I'm saying, with their shit, because I don't know their story. I don't care how many books you read. I feel the same way about these hip-hop professors in college who ain't never been to a jam in the park. Right? But they're holding a position as a hip-hop professor because they read these books and they listened to these albums. This hip-hop shit is way deeper than that. And I didn't even get into the other shit that I would curate. I just threw that stuff out there just off the dome of the things that I would have in it that would spark questions like, why the fuck is this here? Well, let me explain. So you don't just get the finished product of what hip-hop became and you have an LL Cool J hat and, you know, all that stuff is great because that is a part of the culture. I'm talking about the genesis of this shit.
Yeah.
If I was the curator. You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X. Black Dot on one tonight. Love, light, and soul. Thank you. Man, appreciate it.
Peace. This is the Black Dot, author of the underground classic Hip Hop Decoded and Urban Culture Decoded. For 15 years, I've been decoding hip hop, breaking it down, giving you it piece by piece, the DNA of hip hop, all of its multifaceted components. For the next 15 years, I want you to join me as I give you hip hop recoded. And we put it back together, giving you its RNA so that we don't leave the next generation lost. But I have to give you a disclaimer. I am not a hip hop guru. This is not hip hop law. This is for pure entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor. So before you take the red pill and go with us into the matrix of hip hop, consult your doctor to see if hip hop recoded is for you. With that being said, we thank you for your patronage and we see you on the other side. Peace.